Ladies, welcome to the Feminine Mystery. My name is Azalea Dawn, and on my channel I talk about femininity, leveling up, hypergamy, and attracting the right masculine provider for your luxury lifestyle. If that sounds right for you, then please check out the rest of the videos on my channel and subscribe if you like it. Today's video is all about changing your beliefs to attract affluent men. Now, mindsets are so important. There's a saying, you can't get there from here, right? And what I want to draw your attention to is that in that saying, here and there are two definitive places. They both exist, right? But the saying you can't get there from here means that there is no conceivable way to get to where you want to be from where you possibly are, from where you are. And that is what it's like to have a toxic belief system, to have a mindset that doesn't empower you to get to where it is that you want to go. So having beliefs that empower you to get towards your destination are so important. And if you want to really make sure that you are improving yourself and getting yourself on track to attract a masculine provider, these are some mindsets that I think might be helpful to you. So let's get into it from here. Now, one thing that is imperative that you shift in your mindset is no free samples and no test drives. All right, and I really want you to think about the society that we all live in, right? People understand the rules of engagement. It just is what it is, especially productive people who are ascendant in society, who hold positions of high social status or high social power, right? They understand how the world works. Think about, for example, like any sort of luxury brand like Chanel or Rolex, Cartier, or I don't know, Hermes. A lot of you will be familiar with this if you've ever gone into the Hermes boutique and tried to buy a bag. Do you think that you can walk in there and be like, I'm not really sure if a Birkin is for me. I don't know. Maybe. Is it? Can you tell me a little bit more about the bag? How does it work? I'm really not sure if I could spend that much money on a bag. Do you think you could come down on the price? Or even worse, it's yeah, this Birkin is beautiful, but do you think I could just take it and wear it around for the day and just see if I like it? Do you think I could try it for 30 days and just if I don't like it, can I send it back? It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. In the same way, Rolex, they're not going to let you walk out of there with that watch and just try it on for the day and see if you like it. No. Cartier, you cannot leave the store with Cartier unless you have purchased Cartier. That is it. So when it comes to your actual relationships, right, how does this apply? Well, no free samples, no sex before monogamy. If he is not ready to make a commitment to you, he doesn't need to be having sex with you. I'm sorry to be so crass and so straightforward, but there does not need to be any penetration in anywhere if he is not willing to basically commit to having a relationship with you. If he doesn't know, if he's unsure, that's fine, but he can be unsure with somebody else. By the time he comes to you, he needs to be sure that this is what he wants and ready to commit to it. In the same way, if you get that call from Hermes and you go in there and they present you a bag, that's the day when you're purchasing a Birkin. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. In the same way, if somebody is showing up to you and he wants a shot with you, he can't be a time waster. He needs to be sure that he's ready to commit to you. And that is what it is in that department. Now, the second mindset reset, in my opinion, is don't be concerned about being a sugar baby. You need to think about being a wife. I am going out on a limb on this one. I'm not here to shame anybody who is engaged in sex work. I am pro sex work. I support the sex workers. I don't believe in the, they call it the hierarchy. It's sort of this pyramid where high-end escorts and sugar babies are at the top and like street prostitutes are at the bottom of like this pyramid of social status. I don't believe in that. I feel like however you're earning a living, if it's right for you, then it's right for you. But what I am going to say is that my views on that are very fringe. It is not shared by most people. Most people do have a problem with sex workers. Most people don't have a problem with the institution of marriage. So you really need to start thinking about that when you think about building a positive reputation. You don't want to be somebody who is known as a sex worker. And I'm sorry, if you're in the pyramid, you're in the pyramid. There is no like higher or lower. You're all in it together. So when it comes to that, you just don't want to associate it. You don't want to associate yourself with that at all. Don't use those words. Don't say the word sugar baby. Don't laugh at jokes that people make about that. If somebody kind of like brings it up like in public and they're like, are you like a sugar baby? Is he like your sugar dad? It's not funny. Don't laugh. Don't respond to that in any sort of way that like it creates the impression that that sort of thing is okay. You need to assert very clearly that the person you're with is your boyfriend or your husband. And if he is financially supportive, like that is your business. Those are your values. You can simply state that you have more traditional values where, yes, the man does financially support the woman. And that is what is, like what the two of you share in terms of your background and values with each other. But there is no sort of like tiptoeing around like the sex work conversation in order to permit that being said to you, and especially not about you. Because if you start, like laughing and you're like, hee hee ha, then other people are going to start to feel like it's okay to say that about you when you're not around. And that is the beginning of a rumor that you do not want to have to deal with later. So don't even start with that entire like sugar baby thing. Like don't even, don't sign up for those websites. Don't be seen there. Don't, engage with that rhetoric. Don't say anything about that. Just leave that alone. And in terms of like, if you feel like, oh, well, why not be a sugar baby? First of all, like you have to think smart. You are pretty much just like leasing yourself out. Like you are wasting the best years of your life, especially if you're like young, like 18 to 28. You are wasting in many people's eyes. I'm not saying that this is like absolute, but you're wasting your most desirable years on somebody who is not going to make a commitment to take care of you once you are past those years. Right? You don't want to be somebody who is traded out for the younger model. And if you do get traded out for the younger model, at least you want to have a legal contract that backs up the fact that this person is supposed to provide for you, which is what marriage is. It is a legally binding contract that is recognized in almost every culture across the world that says that this person is intertwined in every way of life, including financially, with this other person. And that is what you want. That is the level of commitment that you should expect from a man. Don't settle for like $3,000 in like an envelope from like some ugly old man when you could get a husband who is attractive, who is affluent, who is age appropriate for you. And yeah, I'm gonna leave that here. Next up in this mindset reset, we have to start to understand that triggered men are angry at themselves, not you. So when I am talking about this, like a lot of times, like if you level up, if you start to become like an attractive, a very pretty, very, like expensive looking young lady, you might get a lot of positive reactions. Like I will go out to restaurants with like friends of mine and like it's a lot of positivity. I've had like old ladies on multiple occasions be like, oh my God, I love you so much. You remind me of when I was young with my friends and young and pretty and da 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 da. It's just like very like nice compliments, but there are occasionally, like once in a blue moon, you're gonna have a guy, like one of these like weirdos on the internet will leave his home in the in the daylight and actually be out and about, and he'll be giving you like the evil eye, or he'll be staring at you just kind of like in like a nasty way, or like somebody in like some fringe of your social circle, somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody will be there and like kind of be giving you like a lot of hate. And you have to understand how not to take this personally, because yes, like this person is trying to provoke you, but you need to understand that like your reaction is going to speak the most about you. People understand what people like this are trying to do. Like they are jealous, they resent the fact that they can't have you, right? Like people understand very broadly that the opposite of love is not hate, it's apathy, right? Most people just don't care. They don't care about very many things. Like if something outrageous happens in one person's eyes, another person is completely unmoved, completely unbothered. They don't care about what this person said. They're not triggered, right? People understand that when people are triggered, it's for a reason. So when they see like these guys who are like super angry, super hostile, super just like bitter, they're looking at people and they understand that this person is kind of like, they wish that they could have you, but they can't. So instead of like exhibiting good behavior, like a dignified adult would, they resort to, childlike behavior where they want to, like pick on you and make fun of you, cast aspersions, or just be outright nasty and hostile. And yeah, that is what it is. But you don't want to react to that in a way that's like defensive, because that's going to reflect poorly on you. You just have to let that behavior be what it is. Never acknowledge them. Don't give them anything. Just move away and be like, not here for the drama or anything like that, because that's going to speak volumes to your character. And when you don't respond to people who are trying to get a rise out of you like that, that's going to attract so many people to you behind closed doors. Like even on the internet, like I got, like this random like influx of like these incels, these angry men one time, and in the same like video that they were like so upset about, leaving these like 8-paragraph comments, I got a ton of subscribers from that video too. I got a ton of watch time, a ton of thumbs up, a ton of, just like positivity on the back end, because people see things that make other people angry and they're like, if you're angry, I love it. So don't be surprised when people act like that to you. Just control your reaction to it and everything is going to work out. Finally, the mantra of all of level up and femininity space should be: make your desires want you more than you want them. Right? So when it comes to all of this stuff about attracting affluent men, the key word is attracting, right? Not running after, not chasing, not finding, attracting. You want these people to want you more than you want them. And that is, definitely something. It can be hard, but like you should really carry that mantra forward in all things that you do as a woman, because that is feminine energy. You make your desires want you. So even if you were, for example, like going to apply for a job, you can, apply, you can submit your application, but at the end of the day, you want to have, an application that is so good that they look at it and they're like, oh, we want her. We have to have her. We're going to do whatever it is that we can reasonably do to get her into this company. This is our ideal employee. This is the person that we want for this position, right? That is a place of power to have in your career. In the same way, in the dating pool, when you are, working on yourself, the point of working on yourself is to make the group of men that you would like to be attracted to you. You want to make sure that those men want you way more than you want any one of them in particular, right? You want to make sure that you look so good, that you are so desirable and appealing, that they are the ones coming after you, that they are the ones who set you as the goal that they have. Right, so that is the sort of spirit of leveling up that I would really like to just, bring to the forefront. That you are not desperate, you are not chasing, you are not somebody who is stepping into masculine energy in that way. You are somebody who is becoming more and more desirable, more and more appealing, more someone that other people want to be with. And with that, ladies, I will call it I will end this video. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, it is so hard to speak like this ad nauseum for like 20-30 minutes at a time. Yeah, but I will see you in my next video. And if you've made it this far to hear all of this, thank you for listening. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.